Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to review a Tubi TV original. It's called Fresh Meat. It's like a retelling of the crimes of Jeffrey Dahmer, serial killer, and there's who resorted to cannibalism. And then on a side note, there's other stories about other cannibals, like people who perform that act on other people. And I remember a couple of strange connections to Jeffrey Dahmer, not the act itself, of course, or hurting anyone, but they have different people like giving like their narration, their thoughts about what happened, right? And a while back, YouTube put that thing where like copyright, where it had like if people use your stuff, you could see it in like the on your YouTube studio, right? You have copyright, and there was something called Last Stream on the Left. Back, I guess it was a rebroadcast, but it was originally filmed in 2017. It came up a couple months ago. And it was like a 3 hour live stream, and then like they talked a little about food review, and they were showing different videos on YouTube and commenting on it. There was three guys, and then they showed mine a food review. I mean, they showed one from 2015 about a review of baked beans, and it came up on there, and I was like, well, I let it go. I mean, they weren't too cruel or anything like that. They were okay. And then when I watched Jeffrey Dahmer thing, two of the guys, they had some called Last Podcast on the Left, right? Two of the guys from that one, from the other one, were hosting the show, so that's my connection to that. Also, whenever all this started unfolding, there was two big news stories at the time. I was in Fort Detrick, Maryland, and I had like I could get like I had a TV, a rental TV. I think it came with an antenna. I was able to get a little bit of TV. I was able to get 35. I remember seeing the news. I remember two trials were unfolded. First of all, the Rodney King case, where he was with a video of him being beaten by the cops, right? And then all of a sudden, all the discovery of the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff. And if you see the video, is a Tubi original, freshly about Jeffrey Dahmer. They show like them bringing stuff out of the apartment building, and that was all from CBS News. So I remember seeing both of those, right? The story itself is a recap of what happened, and there's like more graphic photos, but they block out the eyes and some of the face features of some of the people that were in there, like the body parts and stuff. And there was one thing from another couple that decorated a severed head and that really turned my stomach. And that actually, I'm a gorehound, but that really turned my stomach. That was really gross. I mean, this is not for the faint of heart. I mean, I've seen other retellings of Jeffrey Dahmer and stuff. And a couple of movies. There was one that was just about his alcoholism, and then there's one that Rita was telling me about that was just him goofing off in high school. It didn't show him killing. And then I remember seeing The Secret Life, which was like the very first movie to come out about him. And I remember there was something on Jenny Jones, or I can't remember who it was. One and saying it was too soon, like an hour, the year before he died, or year after he died, or something. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing like I said, I was in Fort Detrick, Maryland, whenever the whole trial unfolded. Well, the stuff unfolded with him being caught with them wheeling stuff out. And I remember seeing the trial on court TV uh, at my mom's place whenever she was Joe in the basement. I remember watching that stuff. And that one girl getting real mad and story and almost beating the crap out of her, getting to a beat, and that didn't happen though, but she almost got there. And it's a very informative show. Like some of the stuff seemed a little bit some of the dialogue in there a little bit and I think I don't know in bad taste, not a joke, a pun or something like that. But I mean it's a very interesting show. But like I said, it's like it takes a detour, talks about other cannibals, including Ed Gein, the most famous. Well, whose movies like Psycho and Texas Chainsaw and stuff like that were based upon, and Three on the Meat Hook were based upon his exploits. Of course, Deranged, but Deranged with like a right straight up telling of that story, which was great. With I think that was one of the very first movies Tom Savini did effects in. I don't know if it was the first one. I think Death Dream. I don't know when Death Dream came out. I think Death Dream he did stuff for that one too. But I mean, I like the show. It's really good. Very full. I told Rita about it, and she said, "Well, figure I took Tubi off my phone, Tubi app off her phone." Yeah, I've got in touch with Rita. I mean, I would have watched that with her if she wanted to through Facebook, but no, it's up to her. But I mean, I told my one friend I talked to, I connected with again about the show too, and she said she was talking about it. She was talking about some other stuff about really, really brutal stuff that happened too. It was crazy. But it's a good show. I mean, there's lots of like talking heads and stuff like not the band, but people are telling. I mean, it's like going over the same stuff, but I mean, there's some different material here you might not have seen. Anyone who followed the case. And like I said, go to a little detour. They talked about a movie, but they didn't show. I thought they were going to talk about cannibalism movies. They never really did. They promised it, but they didn't do it. I had an interesting story on Tubi TV. I give it a well. I mean, first of all, I turned my stuff so I mean, and then I think they kind of the way they showed it somewhat. I mean, it was just like I don't know. It's like it was kind of it was it might turn your stomach a little bit. I want to watch what I was eating, especially that photo of that severed head. That's so gross. The severed head that was decorated. That really, really, really was bad. But I mean, it's a pretty informative story. I liked it. I give it a mild 8 out of 10 for fresh meat. Jeffrey Dahmer, a Tubi TV original. I hope you like this video. Bye. Till next time, please take care, my lead, Yiggy.